Football has gifted us countless memorable moments, but some are truly timeless, etched into the annals of history, beckoning us to relive them even though we already know the outcome. France vs Portugal 2-1 Euro 2000 semi-finals. In a battle for a spot in the final against Italy, the two top European players of their time, Zinedine Zidane and Luis Figo, clashed on the field. Portugal seized the lead in the first half with a precise strike from Nuno Gomes. France leveled the score in the second half through Thierry Henry, who was skillfully set up by Nicolas Anelka. What shines brightly in this fiercely contested semi-final is Zidane's unmatched brilliance. The French maestro showcased one of his finest performances in the tricolore jersey, dispelling any lingering doubts that he was truly the greatest European player of his era. It seems only fitting that the game concluded with Zidane unleashing a perfect penalty past Portuguese goalkeeper Vitor Bahia in the closing moments of extra time, propelling France into the final. Liverpool vs Chelsea, 4-4 2008-09 UEFA Champions League second leg. In the 5 years prior to this game, Blues and Reds had met 24 times, often ending in tight, defensive games, especially when Jose Mourinho led Chelsea and Rafael Benitez managed Liverpool. In the first leg at Anfield, Chelsea had a solid lead of 3-1. For Liverpool to move forward, they needed to win by 3 goals. They took a step towards this goal when Fabio Aurelio surprised Cech with a powerful free kick from 35 yards away. Xabi Alonso brought them even closer to their dream by scoring at the 28th minute mark. After half-time, Chelsea struck twice within 6 minutes, at the 51st and 57th minute, with goals from Drogba and Alex. Lampard then put them in the lead, assisted by Drogba. But Liverpool fought back fiercely, with 2 goals from Lucas and Count at the 81st and 83rd minutes, putting them ahead again. They began to hope that another goal could push them through. However, Lampard dashed those hopes by scoring again, securing a brace and giving Avram Grant's team a 7-5 aggregate lead to advance to the Champions League semi-final. Brazil vs England, 1-0 1970 World Cup round robin. This highly anticipated clash between the last 2 world champions at that time was hailed as the final that never was, and it truly lived up to the hype. It was a match of extraordinary feats. Pelé, widely regarded as the greatest player ever, showcased his immense talent. After a flawless cross from Jairzinho, Pelé's powerful header seemed destined for the net, only to be thwarted by Gordon Banks' legendary greatest save ever. Both teams held firm against each other's best efforts for over an hour. The majestic Bobby Moore even executed a flawless and breathtaking tackle on Pelé to prevent the Brazilian legend from having a clear shot at Banks' goal. West Germany vs Hungary, 3-2 1954 World Cup final. Dubbed as the Miracle of Bern, the 1954 World Cup final stands as perhaps the greatest upset in football history. The signs of a David vs Goliath matchup were clear. Firstly, the mighty Magyars had been unbeaten since 1950, boasting an impressive record of 34 wins and 6 draws, including a memorable 1953 victory over England, 6-3. Secondly, Hungary boasted some of football's greatest names, including Ferenc Puskás, Sándor Kocsis, Zoltán Czibor, and Nándor Hidegkuti. In contrast, the West Germans relied on a group of hard-working players led by captain Helmut Rahn. Lastly, Germany didn't even have a professional league at that time. Puskás and Czibor wasted no time, scoring 2 quick goals to put Hungary ahead 2-0 within 8 minutes. Memories of the recent 8-3 defeat of the West Germans in the group phase haunted everyone. However, this time, the Germans fought back, leveling the score before halftime with goals from Morlock and Rahn. Although Hungary dominated the second half, the Germans held firm against their attacks. Then, just 6 minutes from full time, Rahn unleashed a low shot past the Hungarian goalkeeper, giving Germany an unlikely lead. Puskás thought he had equalized in the final minute, but the referee disallowed the goal for offside. Liverpool vs Alaves, 5-4 2001 UEFA Cup final. Before the Istanbul Miracle, there was a remarkable goal-filled match in Dortmund in 2001. Liverpool made their way back to a European Cup final for the first time since the Heysel tragedy. The Reds swiftly took the lead, with a header from Marcus Babbel against the Spanish underdogs. They doubled their advantage a short while later when a young Steven Gerrard beat the goalkeeper with a fantastic pass from Michael Owen. Just before the 30-minute mark, Ivan Alonso pulled one back for Alaves. Gerard Houlier's team believed they had dampened their opponent's resolve when they extended their lead to 2 goals, 3-1, with a penalty from Scottish veteran Gary McAllister just before halftime. However, Alaves, unstoppable, rallied to level the score with a brace from Javi Moreno immediately after the break. Liverpool icon Robbie Fowler put them ahead again in the 76th minute before Jordi Cruyff, son of Johan, equalised in the final minute of regulation time. In extra time, Liverpool finally secured the winning goal with an own goal from Defi Kheli, completing a historic treble of the FA Cup, Football League Cup and UEFA Cup. Argentina vs England, 2-1, 1986 World Cup quarter-finals. Just 4 years after the Falklands War, tension hung heavy in the air as Argentina and England clashed in the intense atmosphere of Azteca Stadium. No single match better captures the complex ego and personality of Diego Maradona. Dubbed the most gifted player ever, Maradona embodies both angel and demon, savior and cheater, all within the same game. Following a goalless first half, Diego left an indelible mark with 2 iconic goals. Shortly after the break, El Pibe de Oro scored perhaps the most controversial goal in history, the Hand of God, a handball cleverly disguised as a header over Peter Shilton, fooling everyone except referee Ali Ben Nassr. Tournament's eventual top scorer, Gary Lineker. The outcome remained unchanged as Argentina went on to claim the world crown. Liverpool vs AC Milan 3-3 2005 UEFA Champions League final. What the global media dubs the Istanbul Miracle stands as an emotional whirlwind for any supporter. Milan shocked the Reds by scoring in the opening minute through Maldini. Liverpool found themselves in an even deeper pitfall after Crespo netted twice. Suddenly, it was a seemingly insurmountable 3-0 lead for the Rossoneri at halftime. What ensued was a blend of resilience, sheer determination, and a touch of luck. The most breathtaking comeback, or perhaps meltdown, depending on one's perspective, unfolded with Reds captain Steve Gerrard leading the charge with a headed goal to narrow the deficit. Czech star Vladimir Šmica then rifled a fierce low shot past Dida to make it 2-3. Xabi Alonso then leveled the score. All of this occurred within a mere 6 minutes after the break. While Milan crafted a few opportunities, it appeared that fate favored Liverpool, while Milan's standout Shevchenko seemed to be under a spell. Liverpool eventually clinched their 5th European crown in a dramatic penalty shootout. Manchester United vs Bayern Munich 2-1 1999 UEFA Champions League final. Both teams arrived in Barcelona with hopes of securing the final and most prestigious trophy to complete their treble, having already won their domestic leagues and cups. Early in the match, Bayern Munich took the lead with a free kick from the fiery yet brilliant Mario Basler. Missing key players Paul Scholes and Roy Keane, who was suspended, Manchester United struggled to find their rhythm. They narrowly avoided conceding again, as Mehmet Scholl's chip shot struck the right post and Carsten Janker's powerful overhead kick hit the crossbar. It was then that Sir Alex Ferguson made 2 crucial substitutions, bringing on Teddy Sheringham and Ole Solskjaer. What followed was perhaps the greatest comeback ever witnessed in football. Despite being battered, bullied, outplayed, and dominated throughout the match, Manchester United snatched victory from the jaws of defeat with 2 late goals in stoppage time. The legendary Lothar Matthäus and his Bayern teammates, as well as their supporters, were left stunned and disbelieving as they tried to comprehend the sudden turn of events that had dashed their title hopes. Brazil vs Italy, 3-3 France Tournament 1997. This football match stands out as the most spectacular I've ever witnessed. Some might question how an exhibition game made it to the top of the list and why it's ranked so highly. My response is simple. There was nothing friendly about this game. Nothing at all. The tournament itself, featuring Brazil, Italy, England, and France, was initially designed as a prestigious rehearsal 1 year before the 1998 World Cup kickoff. However, it turned out to be just as intense and competitive as any international tournament before or since. In this game, Italy came out swinging right from the start, catching Brazil off guard. Brazil boasted the finest and most lethal offensive duo in modern football, with legendary strikers Ronaldo and Romario. On the other hand, the brilliant Juventus pair of Del Piero and Vieri gave Brazil's defense a tough time. Italy took the lead when Del Piero headed in a beautiful cross from Vieri, leaving Taffarel helpless in the Brazil goal. Things went from bad to worse for the stunned but talented Seleção when Aldair accidentally deflected Albertini's direct free kick into his own net. Brazil managed to pull one back thanks to Roberto Carlos's powerful shot, which was deflected by Lombardo. Then, a young and agile Pippo Inzaghi, who came on for Vieri in the second half, won a penalty that Del Piero calmly converted, making it 3-1 in Italy's favour. But Brazil fought back fiercely, equalizing with 2 goals from their dynamic duo, Ronaldo and Romario, earning them a well-deserved draw. What are your thoughts? Do you think any other game should have made this list? Let us know in the comments below.